I mean, I don't have to say if so if you're trying to build a relationship, you need to spend some time with people. Well, in Primerica, I am telling you, it sounds like such a stupid thing, but I'll guarantee you, there's so many people in Primerica that expect people to become good, and they spend no time working on the people at all. Do you understand most of the people we hire do not have a Primerica mentality? They got a life mentality. The people they deal with don't think like us. You understand almost nobody that people deal with, other than people in Primerica, think like we do. I'm not saying we're better than the people that they know, but they don't think the way we do. They're not telling people they can build a business. They're telling people they're stupid to try and build a business. Okay? So you need to spend time. Your voice needs to be the voice in new people's heads, not their friends. Okay? You're going to have more of a voice in their head. The only way that's going to happen, you're going to spend one-on-one time with people. And I say this again, I said it a billion times. You want to spend, in other words, again, let's go back to the recording thing. If you spend a lot of one-on-one time with somebody, what you find out is if you want to spend more time or you want to find somebody else. Yep. Am I right or wrong? Right. That's the way it works, okay? Primerica is just like dating. Okay, I spend one-on-one time with him. I find out after spending one-on-one, and I spend the same one-on-one time with him as I spend with him, I don't change the one-on-one time. I don't change the process. I know what I expect him to be like. If he ain't like that, I know that's someone I shouldn't spend one-on-one time. The only way you find that out is you got to spend one-on-one time. I'll guarantee you, most people in Primerica, one of the reasons they don't win, they do not spend enough one-on-one time. Not only, I mean, even when I'm talking in field training as vice presidents, I know. I'm not saying I did it, but me meeting with a lot of you one-on-one has helped this hierarchy grow. Okay, I'll guarantee you, if you're a vice president and all you're spending is time in the field with somebody, which is important, and you're not spending one-on-one time in your office someplace just with them, talking about their life, talking about them, you and them, it's not a good thing. It is not a good thing. And by the way, a lot of times people don't want to spend that one-on-one time with other people because they don't think that people will value their time because they're not doing enough time, they're not doing enough themselves to have a value. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay? So one-on-one time is important, okay? There's another major thing in Primerica. I understood this from day one, and I'll prove it to you. Everybody you hire is a direct to you. I don't care whether you hire them or someone else hires them, okay? I got 21 IVPs in this room. I didn't hire one of them. Now, one of the IVPs I have in this room I hired. For the people around Vice President, what does that let you know? I spent a lot of time underneath their uplines. Every one of these people got recruited by somebody else. Okay? I didn't recruit none of them. Okay? But every one of them is a vice president of my business. Because I spent time underneath them. I looked at everybody I hired as a direct. Not that I didn't trust the people that hired them. I was helping them with them. I didn't take them from them. I just made sure that they were spending the right time with the right person. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. And the other thing is, how many 5x5 legs do you have? I'm telling you this. You can kid yourself. You can fake it. You can not pay attention to it. You can say, I can do it without it. You will never take advantage of the Primerica system if you can't build 5x5 legs. First of all, you've got to become a 5x5 leg. You don't even know. I mean, you can't even think about building a 5x5 leg until you become a 5x5 leg. Right. Okay, that's number one. You have to become a 5x5 leg, okay? I'm telling you, you look at your business, Chris, you're going to make 200 grand if you continue to build 5x5 legs because someone's going to start doing 15 by 10. Yep. That's just, it's automatically going to happen. Right. Okay? You need to have double-digit legs. I talked about that. Okay? I understand this, okay? In other words, this is a good situation. I'm a vice president here, okay, and I recruit 10 people. Double digits is the deal, okay? So I got 5 directs to me, okay? Each people hires 2 people, okay? That gives me a total of 10. So 10 rolls up to me. What chance do any of these people have if they recruit 2? The only one that's got a shot here is this guy, okay? There has to be a couple of 10 recruit legs underneath. I'm not saying 50's the number, but it's got to be north of 25. For a base shop to be healthy, there's got to be 25 recruits being hired. And why does that happen? It's not because people can't do it. We don't talk enough about it. It's not being talked about enough. Okay, let me go with this. Where am I at? Okay. You need to be good at personal premium. Okay. Good at personal premium is only half. Anybody that's good at personal premium but can't do the next half, it doesn't work for them. Good at personal premium that produces independent leaders. Good at personal premium that produces independent leaders. What good is being good at personal premium if you can't reproduce yourself? If you can't reproduce yourself, you got to be good at personal premium with somebody else. What I'm trying to do is be good at personal premium, teaching him how to become good at it, so I don't have to do it anymore. He can do it. Make sense? Okay. Again, I'm telling you, this. I don't care what John comes up with. Okay. If an RM can't make $50,000 to $75,000 before he goes out of a base shop, the chance of that guy being successful as a vice president totally diminishes. Not saying it's impossible, but I wouldn't bet on it. Okay, you need to make, you can't make $50,000 in a house that daddy's paying for. Okay, and daddy's got all the responsibilities. Now you go in your own house and you're paying for everything. Yeah, let me make you understand something. RM, I'm not trying to scare anybody because we want vice presidents, but RM, the vice president, it's just not a contract change. It's such a mental change, and I know. No, you don't know. You don't know till you go from RM to RVP. Okay, so I'm telling you, one of the, I've never promoted an RM kid in my base shop that did make at least 50 grand. Never. At least 50 grand. Okay, so that's just a re-reference, okay? And this is another biggie, okay? When you get beat, you have to react right away. If you get beat, what is getting beat in Primerica? You got a not meeting tonight, nobody's here. You got a not meeting, you got no guests tonight. You got beat. You lost, you got beat. Your name's not on that bulletin, you got beat. Because if you continue to get beat and you don't react right away, getting beat will become a common thing for you. Mm-hmm. And once getting beat is okay, you're done. Right. You need to react right away. In other words, if you had no new people at the meeting tonight, no new guests, and you do the same thing you did last week, that was the meeting's tonight. So from Wednesday to Thursday, you did X amount of stuff, and Thursday night comes, you got no new people. If you do the same thing Friday to next Thursday, exactly the same thing is going to happen. If you don't make a change immediately, okay, it becomes a habit and a bad habit, okay? And then the next thing is can't stop finding independent leaders. I mean, the biggest problem in Primerica is nobody is wide enough. Anybody who's wide, like a McAvan, like a Neil Durfine, like a Sam Shepard, like a Bill Whittle, their base shops are doing 50, 60, 70, 80 grand because they're wide. In other words, you got to continue. You got to be looking for people and looking for people until you find someone that's as good as you. And as soon as you find someone as good as you, voila, now you find another one. Okay, you can never stop finding independent people. Okay, what's an independent person? Someone who's got a license, someone who's working on a securities license, someone that can go out there and make a sale on their own, someone who's coming to the meeting that you don't have to look at the window, hope he's coming. You know they're coming. Okay, and the last thing before I get John up and talk a second about this, I just think this is everything. Okay. Comes out of Maxwell's book, but it's a premise. Only leaders can develop leaders. Mm-hmm. So if you say to yourself, well, okay, I'm not developing anybody, but I'm a leader. Well, I don't know. In other words, if you're not developing anybody and you say you're a leader, I'm not saying maybe you should look in the mirror and say I'm not a leader. I should say you should go talk to somebody maybe and look at what's going on. Right. Okay? I am telling you this, okay? So what I mean by this kind of covers the whole thing I said. If only leaders can develop leaders, well, would it make sense for you to look at everybody as a direct? Because in other words, if you're a leader, and say you're a regional leader, you've got a division under you, okay? And that division hires somebody. And you, as the regional leader, don't make sure that this person under the division is being told the right stuff. In other words, that you're down looking underneath that guy, okay? Let's suppose the division is not acting like a leader. And you don't want to get involved with the person the division hires. What's the chance of this new guy seeing the business the right way if the guy's not a leader yet? Okay? I mean, so when you look at this concept, okay, and you understand that only leaders can develop leaders, well, then you've got to say to yourself, your job is to become a leader. Your job is now to go and make sure that you develop some front line. Let's say you are a leader. Let's say you are you're a leader. Okay? I like that thing. Okay. Well, let's say you are a leader. So you're over here. You're a regional leader, and you're a leader, and you develop, say, 5 divisions. You got 5 divisions, and let's say that these guys are all leaders. Let's say we find out what the qualification is, and all these guys are leaders. Okay, all these guys are leaders. Okay, or you think they're leaders, and then these guys start hiring people. Okay. Well, you're a leader. We've established you're a leader, but let's just say that some of these guys aren't leaders. And you're now they got a title of a leader, and you look at them as like a leader, so you look at these guys like, suppose they ain't. And you've got these people trying to develop a leader who's not a leader.
Right.
What is the chance of someone who's not a leader developing a leader?
None.
I mean,
No chance.
maybe this guy is tough enough to see through him, but it'd be a lot easier if you were involved in it. Does that make sense to you?
Yep.
I'm trying to, you know, to me, none of this stuff seemed like it was difficult. Because I was going to say that if I get a chance to win and become financially independent, and I'm hiring a bunch of people, and I got a bunch of people that train me to do they're good people, but am I going to say, okay, I totally trust everybody, and I totally trust their judgment with my life, and let them go, and then I'm going to spend all the money? Or would I get involved in it?
Get involved.
Does it make sense? A lot of this stuff is not rocket science. No, this is not difficult stuff. No, you get a chance to be wealthy, and you get wealthy determining how many people you bring in and how many people are developed. So if you're the best developer of people, should you be involved? It's like, I had a baby. Let me give him to a babysitter for 4 years. And then when he's 4, I'll take him back. No one would do that. You totally, even if the babysitter was better than you want to be involved in bringing up your kid? Am I right or wrong? It's a stupid concept. But some of us do that here. And then the last thing, okay, is why don't we just do what we know we have to do to win? I was thinking about this the other day. I said, why should there be any, in other words, I used to have a thing when I was having my base shop for promotions. I had a sheet, okay? And on the sheet it says, promote me to district. And it said, my name is Joe Smith, and I got Mary, John, and Mo, okay, on my team. So then that's what the quality did. They have 3 people. So when you fill this thing in, Mary, put your name Mary, promote me to district, and I got Larry, Bo, and Curly under there, okay? You need to hire 3 people. You hire 3 people, it's over, you're a district. You show me your shit, and then the same thing for division. Here's what you got to do for division. And as soon as you didn't try to do, you got promoted. And you didn't have to like buy me something. You didn't have to try and con me. You didn't have to try and kiss my butt. You fill out the paper and you get promoted. I mean, there's nothing. So I look at this. I says, we got people that rather than just do what they're supposed to do. Okay? Now, people want to become vice president. You want to become, everybody knows you're going to be vice president. You're going to go out there and build a great replacement and build at least 10,000 outside you, be making 50 grand, go out with some code numbers. I mean, to think about going to vice president, if Omar Arpesa says you need 100 codes minimum in a base shop to have something that looks like something, and so now you want to go to RVP with 2, 3, 4, okay? So if you need to go to IVP, say with 15, why not work on getting to 15? Rather than try and work around not getting to 15 and get promoted anyway. Why spend any time? Why not just do what you're supposed to do? I don't understand that. No, this is the only place in America where if you do what you were supposed to do, there's no brother-in-law that's going to take away from you. There's no because your name isn't spelled right, because you're not educated. You do what you're supposed to do, and you're going to get what you're supposed to get. So why don't we spend all the time, everybody knows what to do, why don't we spend all the time, and what happens is, we try to figure ways not to do that, because it's easier. And I'm telling you, in the long run, it's harder to try and figure a way not to do it, rather than pay attention to just do it. It makes sense. I don't know. Does that seem like a stupid statement?
No.
I mean, if someone's telling you, tell them, you know what you're going to do. You want to make 400 grand, you're going to make 8, 16, whatever it is, $2,400 a month. Once you make 1680, you want to make 200,000. You're going to make $16,888 a month to get 200,000. You do that, guess what you're going to get? A diamond. Let's say you do 15.4, okay, and you call John and beg. And you ain't getting no friggin' diamond. You ain't getting half a diamond. You ain't getting a chip. You ain't getting nothing. Okay, until you do 1688. So why mess around? Just go do what you're going to do to get the 1688. And don't spend any time worrying about, well, because what happens is, and I'm telling you what happens. Once you don't do what you're supposed to do, the next phase after that is to figure out another way to get promoted. Right. And when you go into that mode, that's when problems happen. That's when you come down, that's when you drop your standards, and when you drop your standards, everybody under your standards get dropped. And that's what happens. I mean, you're looking, and again, I hate to say me, okay? But anything they told me to do, I did. And I got it done so much faster, because all I concentrated on getting it. This is what I got. Just tell me what I got to do. I don't need your help. Get out of my way. Tell me what I got to do to get promoted, and I'll get it done. Okay, just tell me if I do this, you're going to give me this. Okay, boom, done. And that's all, and all the way up the ladder, that's all I ever did. And I spent no time, that's why I said to you, Tomo, I don't know how to come up with an excuse not to do it. I don't know what people say when they ain't doing it themselves. I don't know them words. I'm not saying I'm a big deal, but I never spent any time on figuring